All right, I'm going to say something controversial, and I want you to hear me, but your cognitive dissonance is going to disagree with me because that's what it's going to do. What I don't understand with some of you is that you're still slaves. Hear me out. Hear me out. And I'm going way back. If you don't like history, if you don't agree, then you should leave now. What I've come to realize is that a lot of this shit that's being done now is the same thing that they've done before and that they'll continue to do because no one has broken the cycle as of yet. And when I say we're still slaves, I'm including myself in this because there are some things that I am still doing and adjusting to. It's like, hold the fuck up, this don't make sense. And when you say, hold the fuck up, this don't make sense, it usually doesn't. What do I mean when I say that? Okay, hear me out. So you know Christianity, right? The religion, the Bible. It's funny how you weren't allowed to read. It was funny how we weren't allowed to be taught anything other than labor, right? However, you had the Bible, you was good to go. You knew that Bible, right? They use that as fear mongering. Oh, if you praise God and give the praises to all, whatever, however they spent it, right? Then you'll go to heaven. They promise you the land of milk and honey. They promise you the pearly gates. They promise you all of this, right? We don't know for sure because no one has actually died and came back and said, yep, that's the truth. With that being said, they knew that. All of those slave owners had children somewhere, some along the lines, and guess what? Guess who you work for? Guess who's the CEO of a lot of these companies that y'all putting in 40 plus years with, 50 plus years? You so motherfucking loyal to master. It's literally generations and generations and generations of the same shit in different shackles. Honestly, truly. Look at your parents. Your parents probably told you, oh, go to school, go get a job, get a 401k. That's probably all that they know, right? You need a retirement plan. Our parents right now to this day are in their 50s and 60s, right? They're not fucking retired. They are literally going back to work. If they're on disability, you're only getting about maybe $2,000 a month. And now that's in jeopardy. And why is this the case? Because no one is rising up. No one is saying, you know what? Hold the fuck up. You mean to tell me I was born to die? Literally born to work and die. That's what's happening. Our parents have ailments. They're like, shit is shutting down and they can't even fucking stay home. You know why? For fear of losing their home, for fear of losing their car, for fear of losing their fucking job. Why are you worried about it? Why are you worried about losing these things if you were promised the land of milk and honey? I want you and everyone that's watching this video and whoever touched, I'm not even putting no hashtags on them. I'm not going to do nothing. It's going to get to who we need to get to. I want you to look up the CEO of your company, who you work for, and see how much they make compared to your 40-hour work week salary. Do that. And if it don't set some fire under your ass, then you've been a slave for way too fucking long. I said all that to say this. Until something changes, nothing changes. And the change got to start with you. You have to now realize that this is a part of their game and they're doing it. They did this with COVID. They wanted to see we were going to be compliant. Sit in the house. COVID's outside. COVID been the fuck around. It ain't nothing new. Nothing was made new of COVID. It didn't come out of a lab all of a sudden. It probably was in a lab and it probably been released because if you look on the back of a Lysol can, which is also owned by one of those former slave owner people because niggas couldn't own shit. So we don't have no control over a goddamn thing. The insurance companies had policies on slaves. So if they got away, they paid them. What's the, I can't think of the name of the insurance company, but it's the one that's like overseeing all of this shit. The Rothschilds, all of that shit is ran by one fucking family, maybe two families, but the top two, you know who they are. And we have been put into this situation where it's like, oh, wait, hold on. Why are we doing this again? And back about this COVID thing. So, okay, the first, in my mind, it was before this. But they wanted to see how much they can get away with now. So then you got COVID. They scared us to stay in the house. Stay in the house. Everything was online. Don't go outside. However, essential workers were. It wasn't illegal to be outside. They just said stay inside. And for the ones who stayed inside, bro, you should have seen y'all putting on gloves. Touching the shit with the glove hand and you still going in and out the shit. So you telling me to put gloves on, to go on the store, put a mask on, but if the products itself don't have germs on it, get the fuck out of here. Make it make sense. Okay, so then they got to come up with a vaccine. How many people gonna go along with this shit? It has been research done repetitively on the effects of this COVID vaccine that it wasn't safe. If you got it, okay, now they want to see, that's phase 2. Phase 1 was telling us to stay in the house. You're compliant. Phase 2, get the COVID shot. You're compliant. Like, you're still under the shackles. You're still in them. Okay? Phase 3. They sent out all this money. What did y'all do with it? Did you invest into it? No, you didn't. You know what you did? You bought money back into them. You poured it back into them. You went and bought cars, houses, jewelry. PPP loan was the biggest thing going. It was money hand over fist. What y'all do with it? You didn't invest it back into yourself. You didn't put nothing up. You didn't save shit. You didn't do shit. You know why? Because they know people with a large amount of money who ain't never had money before are going to spend it. They're not going to build shit with it. We don't own no, the only people that own the studio, and I feel like somebody owned it over top of him, Tyler Perry, maybe Oprah, you know, the heavy hitters in the industry, and I think they are part of it too, but that's another conversation for another day. All right, phase 3. After the money is gone, the next thing you know, they like, oh, hold on, y'all gotta pay us back. So not only did you spend the money that they gave you with them, now you paying them back. You got tolls, fees, late fees. They say, oh, we're gonna wipe it clean. Yeah. The fine print said, until we realized that y'all didn't do what we thought you was going to do with this money, but you did exactly what we knew you was going to do, but spend it recklessly. Okay, that's phase 3. Here come phase 4. Oh, now we got Kamala Harris running for president. Black woman up against a white man. You knew good and hell well she wasn't going to win. And for those of you who feel different about politics, listen to me and listen to me good. They wasn't going to let a black woman win presidency because they already had one nigga in office, and they ain't like that shit. Phase 4, we put Trump back in office for his second term, right? All right, we got him in there. At this point, if he incites this on the horizon war, there isn't going to be an election in 2028, which they know, and then he'll have a third term to do this thing, to carry his plan out fully. If you don't see the writing on the wall, you need to change your motherfucking lens because your prescription old, bitch. I'm trying to tell you some real shit. I ain't been wrong yet. And now they got ICE in schools and in communities separating the browns from the blacks. If you're not paying attention, hello, they're separating us by numbers again. Whether they deport them, put them on an island, they're separating us again. Pay a fuck attention. And I really feel like the school system is next. If your children are in school with no cell phones, give them a fucking phone and tell them my child gonna have a phone. Go get your babies. This is just me. I know how this is going to turn out. Given that I love history and given that I will fucking read a book from cover to cover, highlight it and read it again. You want to keep something from a motherfucker, you put it in a book.